What's going on, everybody? Matt Weik here with Jimmy Mentis. We are back with another episode of Fit Business. Jimmy, it's been a little while, uh, but you and I we kept talking about it. Like, hey man, when's your schedule open? When's my schedule open? And to be truthful, 2020 wasn't exactly the best year for people's schedules and trying to figure things out. And that's actually part of what we're going to talk about today. But Jimmy, it's good to see you via.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Not that I did, I got tired of seeing you, but we all had our little, issues we had to deal with, our businesses we had to deal with, and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? I'm really disappointed in you.
And me?
Yeah.
Why?
You don't have not one of my covers behind you.
You know what?
That's it.
I'm using one light now, this ring light, and I'm like, if I keep the background dark, he's not gonna razz me about that damn magazine anymore.
I am coming up there, and I'm going to hammer a frame behind there of at least one of my covers to make me feel a lot better. So
I'll have to make room.
Yeah, no, I'll make room. Trust me, I'll make room.
You'll just knock all of them down. It'll be the only one up on the wall.
That's it. So how you been, man? How's business? How's the family? Talk to me. I mean, we do talk, but we don't talk.
Right.
So I'm sure, I want to know more detail, and I'm sure people want to know, how are you moving forward? You are the king of content.
Right. Yeah, it's been interesting. I mean, like I said when I started out, 2020 wasn't the easiest of years. And I tried to go in a different direction last year. I mean, our last episode was kind of the end of 2019, and that's when things started, really getting crazy for both of us.
Right.
2020, I started a second business, another writing service business, but outside of the supplement and fitness, kind of category. And I mean, it literally exploded.
Is that something you decided to do because of COVID, or is that something you had in mind to do, and then COVID kind of forced it on you to like roll with the punches and basically execute this?
No, I mean, it was something that I was thinking about for a long time. And I even spoke with you about it, and I think it was probably June.
Yeah.
When I finally put all the pieces together and got it registered and whatnot, and that business is Writing Rebels, and it just kind of, you like that?
Yeah, I remember when you first told me. I think it was great.
I had some really stupid ideas, and then when I sent that one and texted you, you were like, "That's the one."
Yeah, but how come you didn't send me the stupid ones?
You you were like, register that now, or I'm gonna go do it. No, but honestly, 2020, when everyone kind of went conservative, I really wanted to double down. I felt like it was my time to figure out, either I guess you can say shit or get off the pot with what's happening. And with writing services, a lot of businesses that shut down, they were either going remote or they had to lean out and they got rid of their marketing teams. But obviously they still needed product descriptions and content. And that's not just in, our supplement and fitness world. It's all the mom and pops around me, different places within the state who, I have connections with. And even when I had just Weik Fitness, I was still writing for a lot of other retailers that were outside of our world.
Right.
And it was just one of those things where I'm like, you know what? I have enough clients that it makes sense now to expand, start another business, dedicate it just to non-fitness and supplement, type of businesses and clients. And I rolled with it.
Did you see many of those retailers go internet? Go online?
Oh, absolutely.
When you were you writing content? Were you writing stuff for their websites, or were you writing something for flyers or stuff like that?
No, it wasn't really flyers because, I mean, people still weren't going out. So it's not like they were putting it on, car doors or windshields or whatever. It was pretty much all e-commerce based. So, they would come to me and say, hey, Matt, we're a pizzeria. We're coming out with a new dessert. Can you
Mm-hmm.
write the copy for it?
Got it.
So we do that. Or they want content to bring people over to their website.
Right.
They want to get the SEO, they want to build that, evergreen content strategy. And so they were looking more long term. And I think a lot of the businesses, even in the supplement world, I mean, I think they backed off quite a bit from Facebook ads and Google ads and stuff like that because the spend was so immense that they were like, man, we got to go a little conservative. We don't have the funds to spend, you know, upwards of even six figures for some of those bigger companies on all these ads per month.
Right. But you have to say that online business really really doubled, tripled. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it boomed, the online business. You
Well,
saw
those who
Amazon,
tried to capitalize.
you saw, I mean, I know so many supplement companies that their online business just doubled and tripled. And that's what I liked about, some of the companies and some of the businesses, they basically doubled and tripled down on the online business. And some actually made the mistake and pulled back. And those people are no longer around or trying to find funds to continue now. So the whole thing about this COVID and the business side of it was, to me, you had to double down and triple down and adapt, right? That word keeps coming to me every day. Even now, you have to adapt. You have to make that right turn and adapt. Make that left turn and adapt. You keep going straight, it's a dead end. Is that what you did? Is that what you feel you did?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was, for a lot of these brands, filling a void of they don't have the marketing spend that they used to. And like what you just said, that keyword adapt. They're like, what can we do that will get us out in front of our customers and continue to build our sales and build our brand loyalty and all of that. And it came from social media, it came from their actual website. So there was, a whole bunch of different avenues that they went to make that happen.
Right, right. No, I saw tons of companies. Quite a few actually called me and had asked me for my opinion on stuff because, with BeautyFit and Myolabs, we took a hit. I'm not gonna lie. We took a hit, but I'm I'm a hustler, man. I roll with the punches. So, we adapted real fast here, very fast. Our retail, kind of caved in a little, and I just rolled out over 300 websites internationally.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And we just boomed. We just said, see ya. And we launched new products and we launched new flavors and we launched, but the countries are a little difficult now, so, with the compliance, right? So we had to do things a little different, but we got it done. Even the whole world was shut down. We still, bobbed and weaved and adapted. The sales weren't as big as they used to be, but they really didn't. We weren't really impacted that much. So, I'm proud of the team. I'm proud of this whole group that we have. This new, the new group that we have, and we did very, very well. Scary. It's scary. And I definitely, empathize and feel all these other brands and all these other companies and the mom and pops and, and hearing all this, this tragedy and losing their businesses and stuff. But,
Right.
it's something that this is what I realized, that if someone was stuck in the old ways, they got buried, and I was kind of the old school, right? The old school, the whole retail. Me, I can't say I wasn't, I'm an old school retail guy. I love retail, all my relationships all over the world, retail. And then I had to boom, let's do this, funnels, this, that, ad campaigns, chats, many chats. I mean, just everything, the whole thing going on the internet. And then I saw the old school, businessmen, they unfortunately got buried, and that's where sometimes they don't want to change.
Right.
So moving forward, what's the number one? I'm going to say two. What's the two things that you feel a business should look for in 2021?
What you mean, trend wise, or
Yeah,
things that they
trend-wise.
can or things that they can do to
Well,
help
here's the
build their
thing, right?
business in these types of times?
Here's the thing. I like creating a trend,
Hmm.
right? I don't wait for a trend to happen. I'll start a trend. But if there is a trend to be created, what do you think it would be?
Man, that's tough. I mean, I don't have one that would be new off the top of my head, but when you started talking about trends and what people can do to build their business, the first thing that popped into my head was community.
Okay.
And I'm not talking about like knock on your neighbor's door type of community. I'm talking about building your online community, because I feel like that's where you're going to get the most business.
All right. So go
Because
into detail. If someone's listening to us right now, right, and they're saying, "Okay, Matt, I'll take your advice, and I want to build this community." How do you build this community, and what do you do with it, and where is the outlet of this community, right? Where does this community go to? There's got to be some direction. You have to direct this community somewhere, right? So
right.
run me through it. I know where you're going with this, and I'll add my 2 cents. But where give us some of that in your little brain there. It's just spinning.
It's a little brain. It's just a little
Yeah,
piece of
little,
this big head. No, but I'm the first thing that I thought of, um, and I'm not saying this to promote this brand in particular, but I look at brands like Ghost.
Mhm.
Their social media presence, they've built a community around their brand, and what they've done is, I mean, yes, they spend a ton of money on marketing. There's absolutely no doubt about that. But when you have the ability to have all of your customers and your whole community really from social media talking about new products, engaging with your brand. I mean, if you follow the algorithms of Facebook, Instagram, whatever social media, platform you want to plug in there, it all comes down to what your engagement is.
So would you recommend Facebook groups?
It doesn't even have to be a
Because that's
group per
tricky.
se.
That's
It
tricky.
could be just a brand page, like you have a
But you gotta,
BeautyFit.
but you have to pay to play.
Yes, and I would agree and disagree. You absolutely have to pay to play if you want to, go from 0 to 100 real quick, like Drake says. But I mean, if you can build a community, they're going to go to your page regardless. So if you post something at 8 a.m. and people don't go until 7 p.m., it's not because it ended up in their feed because the algorithm was like, oh, hey, let's show it to them, even though they didn't pay to
Okay.
boost it or put an ad out there or whatever to get in Facebook or Instagram's good graces. It's because they're going to go there and say, hey, you know what? I haven't gone to the BeautyFit page for a while. I want to see what's going on. Or, hey, I heard something was going on. I want to go check it out. It could be a giveaway, a new product launch. I look at social media as the hub that a brand should be building around, because from there you can direct people wherever you want them
Right.
to go.
But Matt, you brought up BeautyFit, and I could speak on that. I could do a giveaway at 8 o'clock in the morning. Let's say we have scheduled a giveaway 8 o'clock in the morning, and we won't put any money on it. Let's just say no money. Okay, let's just say that we're not going to pay to play. We're just going to put a let's say free beauty bum, to the next 5 winners. Okay, we can launch that at 8 a.m. on a Monday morning, and we might not even have 25 comments by the end of that day. We might launch that same one on Monday at 12 noon, and by midnight we might have 300 comments. We might launch it on Tuesday at 10 a.m. We might have, but in 2 hours, 700 comments.
Yeah.
It is all over the place. So there's nothing secured when you're talking for me or someone to build a community, right? The person building a community, how are they going to build this community when they don't know what's really working, right? Let's just say, like I said, Monday you put a giveaway, you get, a 2% engagement, right? And then you do it again, and then you get a 4% engagement. Then you do it again, you get a 1% engagement. Then all of a sudden, you do this on a Saturday morning, you get a 400% engagement, and you're like, holy shit, it's working. Did it really? So with what you're saying, build a community. It's not a clear shot, correct?
It's not going to be easy. Yeah. I mean, it's not like you're going to say, hey guys, here I am, and all of a sudden you get 100,000 followers and likes.
It used to be.
Right.
I remember, 7-8 years ago, I would post something, with my little selfie videos. I would post something, and next thing you know, I would do a giveaway, and boom, 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 comments. Now, hardly anything.
Yeah.
So to build a community, it takes a long time to be able to, when I say fit in the algorithm.
Well, here's something else that I think not enough supplement companies, or heck, even just brands in general, don't leverage enough of, and that's their email list.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're collecting all this data every time somebody's buying from you. You're getting their name, their address, their phone number. I mean, it's not like you're going to go knock on their door or call them necessarily, but you're getting their email address. So that gives you the opportunity to send out an email. Hey guys, on Monday morning, make sure you check out our Instagram page at 8 a.m. We have a huge announcement or a huge giveaway. So that gets them to the page.
Right. Now you're talking.
So yeah, I mean, it's not as easy as just starting a Facebook page and thinking that you're going to build a community from there. There's going to be a whole bunch of different avenues that you're going to have to go down in order to build that list of followers on social media. But I think through social media is where you can, like I said before, you can tell people where you want them to go. Maybe it's, hey guys, check out our website. We have this new article on X, Y, and Z. And if it resonates with people, they click it and they're automatically on their site. So for me, I hate to use the word funnel, because a lot of people look at funnels and they're like, oh, well, once I get in the funnel, all they're trying to do is sell me. I mean, yeah, to an extent, that's what the purpose of a funnel is.
Yeah, but a funnel can also be informative, right?
And that's what I'm getting at. I mean, you can provide enough information on social media that gets them intrigued on the article that you just posted. Well, that article takes them over to your website. So they're on your website. Oh, well, hey, while I'm here, this article was talking about product X, Y, and Z. Oh, right here in the article is a link. You click on it. It now goes to the product page. So now they're looking at the product. They're scrolling through all the images. They're reading the copy, and hopefully it's enticing them and pulling on their emotions to make that purchase. Right. But I mean,
if a brand, if there's any time for a brand to be real and organic, it's now.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what I would recommend. If there is a time for a brand to want to get in front of people, they have to be real and organic.
Right.
And this is the time, because people need to connect with everybody, and that's where I see we had the lack of. Last year, through all this, and and this is where I saw that there was great potential. All of a sudden, everybody was doing videos, exercise videos, at home exercise videos. Then some of the girls and some of the guys were doing Zoom classes, right?
Right. Yeah.
Freaking amazing, right? My question is, why weren't these being done beforehand?
Absolutely.
Right? Where are they now? They're not there anymore. I don't see these girls in the morning doing, hey guys, this is my home. I'm doing my home workout. Here's a video. Why did they stop?
Right.
Why did the Zoom classes stop? Why did all this Zoom thing stop? I mean, some are still going, right? But it all of a sudden just dropped. That's what kept 2020 going.
Right. It's funny that you said that, because I wrote an article. It was either early this morning or yesterday. I get all my days mixed up. I write too many articles.
Do you go by articles with the days?
What's that?
Instead of Monday, do you say I wrote article so and so, and that's how you know your Mondays? Just like I have chest, legs, buys, tries.
Pretty much. No, but in all seriousness, I wrote an article on the ways that personal trainers today can build their business by leveraging those types of strategies.
Right.
I mean, look, even right now, it's January 6th, 2021, and there's still some gyms that aren't even open yet, or at least not in full capacity. So personal trainers are looking at it as, my margin of bringing in new clients is very small, because maybe we're working at 25% capacity. So not all those people are going to be coming through the doors. So where do they go to make what they were making in 2019? Know what I mean? So it goes down to, you either create videos, you create a website, and you put stuff on there. Maybe you put it behind a paywall. You do virtual training. You do outdoor training, assuming it's in, a state where the weather is still decent. I mean, I think down in Florida, you guys can probably still get away with some outdoor training. I mean, up here in Pennsylvania, unless you have an igloo that you're working out of,
that's Rocky training.
Yeah, it's crazy. But people need to start thinking about other avenues.
But still,
and not stop it.
Right. But
keep doing it now.
But here's the thing. To me, you went back to videos. You went back. I'm talking about live. I'm talking about live, organic. Give it to me now. Here I am. People love that.
But now, do you feel that you might be limiting your ability to reach that many people based off of time? So let's say you're going to do it at 10 a.m.
Right.
Well, the people who stay at home, that's great. But if you're working, you're going to completely miss out.
Then there's got to be some kind of system that they can put that video into a website that people can go to. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying record the. See, what you were thinking, maybe I misunderstood you. You're like, record the video, record the training, and post it. I'm talking about do live videos. Let people interact with you. Look at this Peloton thing. Look at this. This what's that mirror called? Mirror. I think that's genius.
Yeah.
Whoever came up with that, and there's a couple more that are just copying each other, right?
Yep.
I think that's genius. I mean, you got the mirror sitting there, you got the trainer sitting there, and you're one-on-one. It's live. Right?
So you're talking about doing something like a Facebook Live that when it's done and you hit end or stop, or I don't do it, so I don't know the terminology, but when you stop the live video, it stays on your page.
Basically, you can save that video, and then you create a series. But the live is what pulls everybody in, and then if they want to go back and use it as a reference, or somebody who missed it, because there's nothing better than seeing something live, right? Pay-per-views, the Mr. Olympia. That's live. Who wants to see it on DVD or on DVD? What was I saying? Who wants to see it on after it's done? You're going to see it, but you're not going to watch it. You're just going to start flipping through it and see who you like, right? But you're there. When you see something live, you're there. And that's where I think business owners and employees, marketing firms, I think they should encourage these businesses to do things live.
I think that
even in the store, don't videotape it. Go live.
I get it. I think that also goes, circles back to building the community. Because if you don't have the people on your page, you're not going to get any views.
Do you know how many times? No, I'm sure you know. I'm sitting on my phone, right? And all of a sudden you're scrolling through IG, and all of a sudden you get that little drop down thing, and it says so and so went live.
Yeah.
Do you know how many times by accident I hit that little drop down menu and I go into that live, whoever that was. And next thing you know, I'm the first one. I'm the
then you
first
feel
one
bad, like
and
I shouldn't
only one
leave.
for the next 2 minutes. And they're like, and I'll never forget this one girl. I had no clue who she was. And she's like, oh, and Jimmy Mentis has joined us. And I'm like, oh, shit. Right. And it was a cooking class. It was a cooking class. And I hung in there because, number one, I was the only one there. I didn't want to make her feel bad. It's like, I'm out of here. Right. But then within 5 minutes, there was over 700 people logged in. And I'm watching this thing, and she's at home in her kitchen creating an oatmeal with all these nuts and stuff like that she would make for an overnight, right? So what I'm saying is like, even that girl doing it live, it made me sit there and watch it because she was live. If it was a video coming through my timeline, I wouldn't have stopped.
Right.
People want to see live. And I think in 2021, that is major. I think that's the tool for all businesses, is to let the consumer in your business live, in live time, right? So even if it's, remember Big Brother? Why was Big Brother so good? Remember that show?
I don't know.
Big Brother?
I never saw it.
Well, Big Brother was cameras 24/7.
Oh, that's right. It was a show that had cameras all around the house
Right.
that just tracked
Right. It was a Big
everybody.
Brother house, right? And they had guys and girls, and whatever happened, there were but you could see everything. And that was a huge hit. It was over 10 years long, I think. Why?
It was
Because
just raw
people,
video.
right. And you know what? They were sleeping 10 hours of the day, and they were still showing it because it was live. And if there's a time to do this, I think it's now. People want to be engaged in live, real time. And we've encouraged my brands, the MyoLabs brands, BeautyFit brands, the HealthQuest brands, the MD First brands that we all have. And what we're going to do is we're going live. I'm going to go live. Like, the videos that I do, we have it on the program for me to go live. Where, how, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Instead of doing a video, I'm going to go live. Instead of us filming a video of an exercise, we're going to go live. Instead of explaining a product and a video, we're going to go live, right? Mm-hmm. And then we would post it as a video, as the series. So to me, that would be the biggest tool for 2021.
Yeah, I like it.
And don't be scared, as Gary Vee says, right? Gary Vee, you don't give a shit of what people say about your posts, because somebody might like it, but the other person's going to love it.
That's so true, because I think a lot of people don't post on social media because they're afraid of, well, what if somebody doesn't like it?
Matt, I am one of those.
I was one of those people until I kind of shift my mentality of, look, I'm not going to please everybody. I mean, somebody could go to my Facebook today and read one post and have this perception of me that, either A, Matt's a really cool dude, or B, Matt's a complete idiot, and why is this guy even on social media? But, I can't.
Yeah, there are times that I want to unfriend you.
No, you probably just block me for a while, and then I don't see your posts. And then you go live, and the little thing dings down. I go, oh, hey, Jimmy's back. That's weird. I haven't seen him for a while.
It's funny. Me, I was one of those guys, and sometimes I still am, because I am at the age I am now, right, at 55, and doing what I used to do, and competing and doing the workshops and training people and being the sports nutrition guy, and sometimes I feel people don't want to hear from me. I'm too old. Okay. And I don't want to be that 55-year-old that thinks I'm 25. Listen, I'll probably never mature, Okay, but that's a whole that's a whole different story. But sometimes when I do put videos out, okay, on my IG story, or you see some training videos and stuff like that, the comments and the engagement I get and the messages I get. See, so a lot of people don't comment on my posts. I don't know, either they're intimidated, or they don't want to, or they're my age and they don't want to show how vulnerable they are with the questions. But I get a lot of messages, DMs, and I find myself on almost every post saying, I should be doing this more often. I should be doing this more often. And yet I find myself saying, nah, not today. I don't think anybody wants to hear from me, right? So that's one thing that I've pushed myself for 2021 is I'm going to be doing more live videos. I'm going to be myself, and I don't give a shit on what people think, because I have over 40 years of experience, okay? I might not say it in this whole professional way as somebody else would say it that went to college and has a master's degrees in business and stuff like that, but I got the street cred. So, and that's something I'm going to put to use so I can inspire, other people to exercise. I'm going to inspire other business owners to learn from my mistakes, because we never really know. I'm sure you do the same thing. We don't really know what we're doing. We just know what not to do anymore, right? And that's where business experience comes in life too, right?
Right.
You don't know what to do, but you know what not to do. You just don't do it anymore. And you move forward with great ideas. I'm still a dreamer. I dream even more now than before, because, one of my biggest dreams was accomplished. So that's what I would suggest to every person who's watching this and will be watching this is dream big. Don't worry about what people are going to say. Okay. I've lived it, and I'm not going to live it in 2021, and connect with people. My father always told me a long time ago, as a matter of fact, Lou Ferrigno told me the same thing many years later. He goes, not everybody's going to love you. And I said, yeah, you're true. He goes, half the world is going to love you, and the other half of the world is not going to love you. Are you okay with that? He goes, at least half the world is going to love you. I was like, I'm very good with that. He goes, then you focus on the people that love you. Don't focus on the people who don't love you. And that's what I've been doing. And that's what I will continue to do. And that's where I suggest everybody, and my advice to everybody, and to you, because I know how you follow, we talk a lot, is listen and motivate and inspire the people who do love you and who are interested in you and your work and your family and all that stuff. The people who are not interested in you and talk bad or talk down to, or talk shit, pay no attention to them.
Right.
Because those are the people that most of the time I really don't get bothered with the haters. I don't even know if I have haters or not. Okay. I don't pay any attention to them. But I know some people say this is for the haters. To me, that's wasted energy.
Yeah.
Do it for the haters. No, don't do it for the haters, you idiot. Do it for the people who love you.
Right.
Don't take that time away from the people who support you and love you. So that's what I suggest and I recommend, and that's my advice to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I think going along with what you're talking about with putting the videos out there is, if you're going to spend the time to do that, make sure that you still engage with the people who are commenting. Because for me, like, I know personally, if I go out of my way to watch a video of somebody's, and either I put down a question, I'm like, hey, well, what do you think about this? Or, hey, I really like how you do that, but what about this, that, the other, whatever. And I never hear back from them, I'm less likely to watch their stuff. So I think if you're trying to build a community, you're utilizing live videos, and you're trying to have people come back and watch them, you owe it to them to comment.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying if somebody says, hey, I like your video, and you get 5,000 comments of the same thing, to go through and type, hey, thank you, and spend 8 hours a day doing that. I know Gary Vee would probably debate
Gary Vee does it. And another good friend of mine, Jordan Zimmerman from Zimmerman Marketing.
Oh yeah.
He responds to every single one of his comments.
No, and that's great. But I mean, that's I think what builds, that community for that person. Why people go back? Because if you give up, Gary basically showcases his life. I mean, obviously, in these times, he's a little less active on social media and on YouTube. But I mean, when things weren't kind of, you got to stay at home, he was just putting out random stuff. He'd stand next to a dumpster and have this rant,
Right.
and people would blow up in the comments, and he would answer every single one. And I think people appreciated that because they're like, dang, like this is Gary V. He just responded to my comment. So I think it gives them that sense of, friendship, camaraderie, whatever you want to call it. But I just think in 2021, I'm not going to sugarcoat it and be like, hey, it's a new year. We're going to go out, guns blaring, and this is going to be our year. And I mean, look, the reality is we're still under some tough times, but it's like you said when we started out, it's how you adapt. What are you going to do to change your situation? I mean, there are so many people who sit there and they're like, oh, woe is me, and they don't have a plan, and they have no desire to change.
Right.
And
Also,
that's a fault.
Also, you hear the expression says that they say, I don't want to live on my phone. Too bad.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Yeah.
This, my friend, is life.
Yeah, it is.
This is your business. The notifications, everything is right here. No matter what type of business you have. When someone tells me I put my phone down for hours and hours and hours, you're going to fail somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I have 2 phones and they're on fire every day. And if I'm not looking at my phone or responding to a notification or responding to a message or responding on WhatsApp or something like that, I feel that I've lost time.
Yeah.
Because everything, you got emails, you got everything. So if you're a businessman, if you own a business or you are part of a business or you're sales rep or whatever that is, if you don't spend half your day or most of your day on your phone, you're not going to be successful. I guarantee you. It's the way it is.
Yeah.
It's the way it is. Because when there's a notification and you take an hour to reply, just like you said, you've lost them.
Yep.
You've lost them. You can't build a community. You can't build that relationship, like the consumer relationship when the customer is asking a question or making a comment. That's it.
Yeah. It's true. So I mean, with that being said, I think we'll wrap it up there.
Oh, we just started, man.
Yeah. Well, you know what I want people to do is if you're watching this or listening to this, down in the comments, let us know your thoughts. Jimmy and I debate all the time, before we kind of fell off the wagon and the businesses kind of shifted schedules. We debated what type of content to put out in terms of length. Super long form. I mean, this one we're kind of pushing 40 minutes already. Do you guys like this type of content where we go on for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, maybe sometimes even upwards of an hour we went previously? Or do you guys want something that's more brief and to the point, something maybe 15 minutes, max 30 minutes? Let us know, because we want to put out content that you guys are going to watch. And obviously we want to try and slam and shove as much value into that time as possible. We don't want to make it too long to the point where you look at it and go, I like these guys. They're kind of funny. Matt, not so much, but I don't want to, I don't want to listen to it because it's 45 minutes. We don't want to, kind of segregate people in terms of who wants to watch and who doesn't.
We should mix it up, right? I think we should mix it up with it depends on the topic, right? See, right now we had no intentions of going 45 minutes, but the conversation, goes. It took us there. So
next episode, I'll open it up. Hey, I'm Matt Weik with Jimmy Mentis. Peace. And then it'll probably be the video.
And you know what? We'll get some guests again.
Yes.
We'll get some guests on the thing, and maybe we'll do some giveaways and all that kind of stuff. We have our sponsor, which is Mile Labs.
Yes.
And then we'll give away some of the product and stuff like that. But we want people to, if you guys are listening, we want you to engage with us. We want questions. We want to hear from you.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're a startup, great. If you're a veteran in the business game, we want to hear from everybody. And don't forget, we do have a Facebook page. Fit Business Official is the Facebook page. So if you're not a member over there, it's obviously completely free. But we have doctors, chiropractors, master trainers. We have IFBB Pro bodybuilders. I mean, you name it, we have a diverse group over there. So if you have a question, more than likely somebody over there, if we can't answer it, whether it's I wouldn't say medical, because nobody's going to give medical advice, but if you have like a detailed question, somebody can help you out. But even if it's like a business question, like, hey guys, we're running into this with our business.
There's a slew of good people in that
Yeah.
group.
Let us know. But I mean, with that being said, Jimmy, I missed this.
We back in, baby.
I really did. So
back in.
I'll be blowing up your phone, being like, hey man, we should really record another one. Let's look at the schedule.
I'm in.
So guys, with that being said, thank you. We're so glad to be back. We hope you found some type of value out of our little rant today of the good, the bad, the ugly of what was 2020 and what to look forward to in 2021, and how you can continue to grow your business and keep your head straight. So with that being said, guys, on behalf of myself and Jimmy Mentis, we just want to say thank you and hope to see you guys next time.